Hello, hello, and welcome back for Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM The Long War, Rushed Intro Edition. Now, normally I do spend a moment or two thinking about how I'd like to lead into these episodes, but damned if I'm not just going to rush into this one the way the Wachowski brothers rushed into the script for Jupiter Rising. I mean, I'm just going headlong into it without thinking a lick, which is exactly what they did on that whole let's get Mila Kunis to be in a movie kind of thing. It's, pretty evident they didn't necessarily think things through, and that's generally a pretty poor life strategy. Case in point, if you happen to see The Matrix Reloaded or Matrix Revolutions, you know precisely what I'm talking about when it comes to the Wachowskis. But in this case, I think much like the Wachowskis, I'm just too damned excited to see how things end to wait for another episode. Normally, I only typically record one episode a day. I like to take a little break in between it. XCOM can be a little frustrating at times, so it's always good to kind of pace yourself lest you get burnt out. But this one, I gotta see how it ends, man. I gotta see how it ends. I mean, when last we left, we had Paris Porno Hilton, whose cover had just been exploded by a muton grenade standing out. She barely survived some fire. And I gotta know if our plucky little starlet can pull through. So I think we're just gonna head straight back into the action here. Now, what we're going to do, we are going to have Paris fall back. I really feel it's stupid to just leave her standing out there. It's a terrible, terrible idea. And on the plus side, we do have old Chris Brown here. Now, Doc Brown, while he may not have invented a flux capacitor recently or sent Marty McFly back in time, he has been bringing some mad heals on this mission. He's patched up a couple of pretty badly wounded troopers to get him back into the fight, and Paris Hilton, just another example of the fine work he's been doing for us. I really want to get Jaden Smith in on this bit too, so I think we're going to bring Jaden to here.
Already there.
Now this should be a safe move, and Jaden should... Yeah, okay, excellent. That's fine. And we got to get... Alright, so we're going to do one of our sort of... I mean, it's kind of become one of my rote tricks that I really like. We've got a pretty good opportunity to make it work here. I think we can capitalize. We just want to make sure Jesse James can get a grenade over here. Alright, he absolutely can. Perfect. That's going to be fantastic. So what we're going to do then, we're going to have old T-Swizzle with our... Now, normally we only do this to robotic units because the double heat warheads is really fantastic, but this is going to work against our fleshy variety foes, I think, just as well. Also, Taylor Swift's proximity mine doesn't have heat warheads anyway. Jesse's grenades do, of course, but that's beside the point. What we're going to do is just double up some explosive action here on these two gentlemen, and this is going to end real badly for you guys. Yeah, so... That turned out pretty well. If we're very aggressive, we might actually be able to kill both of those guys. I don't know if Miley's going to be able to get 11 damage twice. That might be a little aggressive. Kim Kardashian might be able to do... You know what? This is so risky, and I'm going to do it anyway. I think Kim will be safe here. Yeah, she can't be seen. So we're going to have Kim land a grenade on him as well. We're going full-on explosions. And I have to say, I was a little nervous when I put this team together that maybe doubling up on the engineers might not be the best idea. But I have to say, I'm really, really liking having dual overhead engineers. I'm really enjoying the output. And this is definitively 2 kills for Miley Cyrus. Oh, you know what? In fact... Commander. Oh, this is so stupid. This is so stupid, and I'm probably going to do it anyway. No, that shot could miss. Alright, if this shot misses, we'll fall back. Okay, it didn't miss, because of course it didn't miss. And now I've got to try something remarkably stupid. This is so dumb. So dumb, but I am so desperate for it. Get him, Miley. Come on, baby.
Aye, aye. Attempted capture.
Damn it.
Crap.
Yeah, that's not good at all, Miley Cyrus. Not good at all. We have exactly 1 unit left on the field of battle. And now there is a pod of mutons somewhere over in this neighborhood who are sort of unaccounted for. But we can't afford to just leave Miley standing out there kind of with her ass in the breeze. I mean, as much as the folks at Maxim would like to see Miley standing out there with her ass in the breeze, I mean, I'm sure they would. I don't even like... Oh, thank you for saving the day, Sean Penn. That was huge, buddy. Also, thank you for not a little friendly fire incident there with Miley Cyrus. I appreciate that as well. Alright, so we're going to get a close combat shot here, and I'm pretty sure that was a double move. Maybe we can set up a capture attempt for Jaden Smith? Nope, because that guy is doing the dipsy doodle for us there with a little peek and sneak. Oh, this is not going to go well. Why are you throwing a grenade? You know what? I'm not complaining at all about you throwing that grenade, because 4 damage to Taylor Swift is pretty goddamn insignificant, particularly when you took more damage than you did in return, and could have easily blown the holy living shit out of Miley. I'm not upset at all. Okay, so this is not unexpected then. There's our missing sectoid commander who ran off a goodly little while ago. We were curious where that bastard had been, and apparently he didn't go far. Can't really... Okay, so now we're engaged in sort of a two-front war. I think any number of more savvy military commanders than myself will readily tell you that engaging in a two-front war is typically a terrible, terrible idea. That guy is on Overwatch, which is something of a problem. Just trying to figure out how best to handle this. Okay, so there's clearly a Muton right there because I can't stand there. And the fact that I can't stand there means that that's where that Muton we hit with our close quarters combat is going to be lurking. So we're going to take a chance with Miley. I feel she can probably kill, if not both, at least one of these guys. So we're going to have her take her first shot. First shot is a massive damage critical, actually. Oh, and she can't see that guy. I'm going to go ahead and call bullshit on that, actually. I kind of hate to do it, but a little bit of bullshittery right there. And by a little bit, I mean pretty much all the bullshittery. But then again, you know, it is a ramp, so I don't know what I was expecting, because, shit, that's just the way ramps work in XCOM, evidently. We're just going to take this shot with Jesse James. He missed, but he did manage to hollow target the enemy. That sectoid is a problem. Alright, let's see. Who else could... Paris Hilton has a shot at what? Oh, that guy? Well, with the hollow targeting up, no reason to not just go ahead and kill him then. 7 damage and a shred. And they followed up by a 19 damage critical. Good lord, that was devastating. I think we're going to have Sean Penn head to here. He can probably keep Mr. Sectoid Commander at bay. Although, mind control is an issue. Let's bring Kim Kardashian over. Kim Kardashian probably actually our unit most vulnerable to mind control, in honesty. I think she has a will of like 14. But we're going to start things up here with a little bit of long distance, out of line of sight grenade toss from Kim Kardashian. And apparently there are at least 2 units over there, both of which got hit by that. And I find that I have no objection to hitting 2 things with that particular grenade. Jaden, I want you to continue over this direction. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do it, but I still would like to try and get a capture on this guy. You know what? I think we should just go for... Let's just keep him in position. He's probably going to get a shot at Taylor Swift, and there's really nothing we can sort of do to stop it. So let's try and keep him where he's at. That was terrible. I don't know why that stuck to the wall like that, but that is all of the awful. That was ridiculously stupid. It didn't burn us, because I'm far luckier than I have any right to be. I forgot he was on Overwatch. Now Jaden Smith is actually in a terrible position, because if that Muton throws a grenade at Jaden Smith, well, Jaden probably going to get exploded into Jaden Smith-sized God-shaped chunklets. I'm seriously considering suppressing this guy, actually. No real advantage in it. If I was smart, I probably would have just gone on Overwatch. Actually, now that I think about it, Overwatch was the right move there. Hopefully this guy will just shoot at Taylor Swift. Alternatively, he could just run and set off the grenade. Or not. I'm not entirely certain how that worked. He didn't set off the grenade, but I bet you dollars to donuts if Jaden Smith moves, he'll set off that fucking grenade. So apparently that's what's left of the sectoid contingent, and Jaden Smith, you know what? This grenade's gonna go off, buddy. So why don't you just fall back to a position of safety where perhaps you could get healed after the explosion? Oh, it didn't go off. Well, now I don't know what to think. Alright, well, continue down this way. This Muton is probably falling back towards help, would be my guess, but at this point, given the number of aliens we killed, I honestly can't imagine there's a lot of help left for him on the fucking map. Miley's gonna run and
Aim for
gun,
the kill.
which is not necessarily a particularly smart move given the fact that Miley's gun is almost empty. She is gonna have a flank shot at this, which is almost a guaranteed hit, and likely a critical if it hits at all. Yeah, 17 damage.
My weapon's spent.
We could maybe capture that guy. Is it worth the risk? I'm not sure it's worth the risk. I'm pretty sure it's not worth the risk. We already tried one capture, it failed. It would be at least 2 turns before Jaden Smith could get into position to throw the stun. Now, yeah, it's not worth the risk. Nope, we're going for a guaranteed kill here. I'm not even going to take a chance at having Tay shoot and miss. We're just going to blow him up. If Jaden Smith had been able to get there in 1 turn, I might have taken a chance. But with a 2-turn delay time on that, it's just not worth it. Just not worth it. So we're going to repeat our last move with Kim Kardashian. And I got to say, having 18 alien grenades that you can throw at the enemy, it's lovely. It's just lovely. It's quite lovely on a level that I didn't necessarily expect coming in. So we're going to have Paris Hilton. You're a little slower than I would like, Paris. Surgeon, why don't you dash over to here? We do have to deal with this sectoid commander at some point, so I just feel we should probably try and get some units in position to do that. Paris is not going to make it, and she needs to reload anyway, so we're just going to have Paris move very slightly. Go ahead and reload. Now, we could have the tool pusher come down and sling some grenades with his friend Kim Kardashian, but, well, the tool pusher doesn't exactly have quite as many grenades at his disposal as Kimmy does, so we're just going to advance him into more of a supporting position. And what to do about Sean Penn. We're going to take this shot first because it's a freebie. It also hit, which leaves us with an interesting opportunity. 231% chances to hit, or 146% chance. They're almost identical. Actually, the 231s is slightly... They're almost identical, actually. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to Overwatch.
On Overwatch.
We're just going to try and guarantee that the enemy stays put, doesn't try anything tricky, or goes for like a low percentage chance mind control, maybe, that we can just then immediately go kill that guy. Sean Penn getting it done on Overwatch yet again. His Overwatch has been phenomenal throughout the whole mission. Really pleased with what Sean Penn has brought to the table. Was less pleased with what Sean Penn brought to the table at Thanksgiving because he actually brought a certificate for a donation to a third world-oriented charity in which he gave cans of soup to children from Sierra Leone. And while that's a noble thing, I'm not faulting him for contributing to charity. That's that's good work, Sean Penn. Way to be. But it was Thanksgiving dinner, man, and you brought a piece of paper. That's what you brought. I mean, typically one would bring food. And Sean, I mean, it's not like you're hurting for cash, buddy. I mean, you're a movie star and a multimillionaire. It seems like perhaps you could have also brought some food for your, more local friends. I don't know. I guess Sean Penn's level of super humanitarianism just exists on a level that I just can't understand. Meanwhile, Kim Kardashian making sure that muton doesn't exist on any level anymore ever. Although arguably we should be going for captures here because mutons do have plasma rifles. The problem is our only capture device left is on Jaden Smith, who, as you can see, is nowhere particularly near the fight. Jesse, would you like to throw a grenade for us? It's not out of the question that this grenade could get a kill. Nope, because you can't throw one up there. Alright then, why don't you just go on Overwatch then?
Commander.
Meanwhile, Sean Penn will continue his long-range slugfest with Johnny Sectoid. And it looks like this time Sean Penn wins, because that fight ended in his favor.
That's affirmative.
Watch Taylor Swift set off our proximity mine. Oh, no, maybe friendlies can't set him off, which, if that's the case, that would be... Well, one, it seems like Dr. Shen had a single good idea in the sum total of his career, not allowing friendly units to set off those weapons. And, two, just generally a good thing. But I find it very hard to believe that Dr. Shen would have had the forethought and the foresight, rather, to code in a friend or foe recognition system in a proximity mine. It just seems hugely unlikely. I'm not sure what is left on this mission. There's possibly the command pod, which will be up at the other end of the ship. There may also be a single seeker running around somewhere.
Moving.
But I gotta assume if there's a seeker, he's gonna try and find us. So let's just take a moment to regroup, get everybody back together. We'll get reloaded, ready to continue, ready our advance. Overwatch from you, Sean Penn. Jaden,
heading out.
you know, I'd say I'm disappointed with your performance in this mission, but given what you did on our last episode with the fusillade of bullets in the zone firing clinic against those chrysalids,
On Overwatch.
I really can't be too terribly upset with you. I really can't.
We're green to go.
I mean, I'm still a little upset with you, but I've got some cognitive dissonance working about it. Let's leave it at that. I'm maybe a little angry with what you're bringing to the table, but I don't feel good about that anger. And it's going to be a reload. I'm guessing at this time, then, that's probably the only unit left on the mission. Or we have more undiscovered mutons just somewhere out in the hoary nether. Also, there's a floater.
X-rays coming in from the sides.
Okay, I gotta say, we didn't expect that guy. Well, Spanish Inquisition style coming at us. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
And gone.
You know what else no one expects? Sean Penn to shoot him in the head with a plasma rifle from behind cover.
Got it covered.
Nobody expects that. Mostly because plasma rifles, to my knowledge at least, don't actually exist. And two, I'm not sure anyone in their right mind would trust Sean Penn with a firearm under any circumstances,
Double time.
be it experimental or otherwise.
Overwatch.
I think we'll just do a little bit of overwatching here. We've got some enemies sort of bleeding out of the woods, and I'm comfortable with letting them bleed out of the woods. There's another sectoid commander
Hostile targets are retreating.
who's falling back. Not entirely sure why. And this seems like a horrifically stupid thing to do, but I'm going to do it anyway, because that guy apparently is part of a pod that's already been spawned. That is, in fact, the case. And it seems like, as such, the best thing to do would be to just set him on fire. We'll go ahead and make sure he doesn't trouble us any more in the future. Of course, he then immediately runs even further away. Miley, can you get close enough to maybe kill that guy with a running gun? That'd be real nice. And actually, Miley may be able to do it. Good God, Miley Cyrus is fast. I guess when one spends, you know, the better part of one's existence moving your hips like, yeah, that much partying in the USA just gets it done for you. I mean, she's really got some strong thigh, leg muscles, calves. She knows how to move. Also, fantastic work from Miley Cyrus with the long-range run-and-gun kill. That was quite well executed. I'm feeling pretty confident in our position here and that there are likely no enemies to be found, so I think we'll just kind of advance. Now, we know there's some mutons or something out there that we sort of want to maybe exercise a little bit of caution against. So we're not going to go totally insane with this advance, but we are going to begin moving forward. I'm not just going to run out and see what's out there or anything stupid like that. Although, does Chris Brown still have a battle scanner? No, he doesn't. I was going to say, we might have Chris Brown take a peek if he hasn't used his last battle scanner, but it looks like he's used his last battle scanner. We're going to send Paris Hilton and the surgeon. Well, I don't really like having the surgeon that far away from kind of the center of action. So let's have Jesse James.
Moving out.
That's very bad pathing, Jesse. That could have ended in tragedy, sir. Much like your marriage, yeah, that's exactly the same way it would have gone. Ended in tragedy. Jaden, you know, I'm comfortable with you right where you're at, buddy.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
And I think I'll bring... You know what? We're going to have Kim come running up in support behind old Sean Penn. Kim, always ready to lend her celebrity weight to any cause, and today she has chosen Sean Penn's cause. Miley, why don't you
Okay.
just move to there?
Look sharp. Enemies rolling up.
Okay, so we have found another pod. How we spawned that particular pod through a wall, I have to say I'm at least moderately confused about. But we do know where they're at. 2 sectoid commanders, I believe, were in that mod. So
Heading to that location.
we're going to take steps to ensure that those guys don't really pose a problem. Paris, I would like you to come over here and peek out this door. Okay, so at some point, Paris could see an enemy there.
Rolling.
But what is that? Is it a muton? It appears to be a muton hunkered down behind a log. I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm actually gonna take an Overwatch, or not to put on Jesse James on Overwatch. I want to see if that guy is all there is, and it looks like that guy is actually all there is. So what we're gonna do then is kind of build a little overlapping T-zone here, an oily T-zone, if you will, of fire to kind of anchor our position here, sort of a non-flying buttress, but a non-flying buttress there to kind of anchor our team against the sectoid onslaught. And my guess is those sectoids might be the last pod on the map. No idea what this mutant is thinking. My guess is he's thinking, I'm about to get shot in the face by Jesse James, and sure enough, some kind of prognostication from the mutant, because now he's about to get shot in the face by Sean Penn as well. Yeah, that turn didn't end well for you, buddy. Sorry. That was kind of ugly. I legitimately feel bad for you, son. Also, I think that may have locked up the mission. Nope, not quite. Was a little bit worried there for a moment. Some of these longer missions, I gotta say, they do have a proclivity to lock up on us, which is... It's real frustrating, especially when a mission is going well. It really... Okay. It's real fucking irritating, is what it is. So we're gonna begin advancing our remaining troopers then, sort of up this side flank zone, and I gotta imagine that this is clear, right? There are no more mutants out there. That was like the last of the pod. I'm saying with reasonable certainty that was the last of it. So we're gonna have everybody sprint down towards where the action is.
Let's do this.
And no, I don't mean Vegas. Although I can see these troopers earning a trip to Vegas. They've done a pretty damn good job on this mission. If that's where they want to do their R&R, you know, damned if they haven't earned it. I'm saying a trip to Vegas when this one's over, fellas. All around. A little Overwatch for Tay-Tay. We're going to put Yaya in this corner cover just to ensure she's as safe as possible. And then we're going to put Yaya on Overwatch as well. Really not interested in taking any kind of foolish risks at this point. Jaden, just run up there, it's fine. So Jaden's got lasties, and we should be on to... Nope, there's at least one more alien out there. So Kim Kardashian with an Overwatch shot, which almost a kill. Wow, nicely done, Kim K. Gotta say, I'm very impressed by that. Grenade? Nope. No idea what that guy's doing. Not sure he has an idea. Evidently, he's just going to stand there and get killed. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift... Yeah, that's a miss, but, you know, you can't hit them all, Taylor. It's okay. You tried.
Negative damage.
A for effort, Tay-Tay. And it looks like our sectoid friend is going to try and run around and flank old Miley Cyrus. That's going to end in tears for our sectoid friends. A number of them are coming up, making for the flank, and... Yeah, that's not going to go well, fellas. I really hate to be the ones to break it to you, but that's going to end in tragedy. Kim Kardashian going to take a shot here. And apparently this area over here that I had assumed was clear is most definitively not clear. Which is interesting. So I guess I'll take Jesse James over kind of to explore the situation. I don't see any more enemies. Let's have Sean Penn and Jesse James combined with some Overwatch fire here to defend the flanks. And those sectoids using Mind Link, and I gotta say, not the smartest move, sectoids, because what that's doing is telling me right where you guys are at. Where's Kim Kardashian? Paris Hilton, just, I don't know, dash towards the fray. I know you're toting that huge gun around, and you're not a large woman, so... Where is Kim Kardashian? Oh, did Kim Kardashian go? Apparently we've used Kim Kardashian's turn. Okay. We're going to take Jaden Smith then and have him dash around. Now, here's the interesting thing. Miley, we're going to have Miley move. We're going to bring Miley over to here. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Miley with them flank shots, and we're just going to go ahead and take this. That's a good shot. It's a definite kill when it hits, which it did. Miley not screwing around. She has been absolutely top shelf on this mission. I really have no complaints whatsoever about Miley Cyrus's overall performance. Doing a fantastic job. We're going to have Tay-Tay launch a grenade here that can't miss. It can not do a whole lot of damage. That's what it can do, but, you know, I was right in the whole can't miss department because it didn't miss. Just didn't do
Good
much
copy.
else.
Moving on target.
And we'll take Chris Brown up to what little cover is available. He's still out of sight of the enemies. Anybody that comes around this corner, Miley should wreck him up pretty good. That's not good.
I want to go home.
So Miley is hunkered down. The problem with that, no close quarters, no close encounter shots from Miley while hunkered down. That's very, very bad. And Miley taking 1 damage from what I have to assume was a mind fray, because I honestly can't tell. Yeah, it looks like we're getting a lot of mind fray here over at Miley Cyrus. Miley's going to need some relief. She's panicked, so she's not going to be able to move. She's got a number of alien units up in her grill. Get a shot here, Jaden. You know what? A flush shot would still get it done. Potentially. I didn't get a kill, but at least made a move. Also, it hit, so no complaints. We need more troopers up in this area. And well, I say we need more troopers up in this area, and that's true, but we also need those troopers to not be Chris Brown. A very bad hit chance here from E. Swift. I was expecting a little better from Tay-Tay. So Jesse James is going to do the final portion of our Muton exploration. And I'm guessing that pod has been eliminated. I don't see any more mutons, so we're just going to leave Jesse there to hold down the fort. You know what? This is risky to do with Kim Kardashian, and I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Because these are sectoids, an Overwatch hit from Kim Kardashian is pretty much, it's going to kill them. If she hits them with Overwatch, they're going to die. Also, we will have Sean Penn advancing with some Overwatch as well, just to lend a little extra combat weight. I really want to see what's up here, and I'm not afraid of Overwatch. I am afraid of Tay-Tay getting mind controlled, so if we need to, we will fall back, depending on what Taylor can see. So we've got a commander in this room, probably 2 commanders in that room. Probably not the best idea then to have Taylor Swift remain here. That sectoid is on Overwatch, which means Taylor's going to get some opportunity, but it's better that than mind controlled. If Tay-Tay gets mind controlled, we're in a seriously terrible position. So we're not going to risk it. Let's bring Chris Brown over here as well. The surgeon has been doing some solid work on our units this mission. I gotta say, I'm very pleased with what Chris Brown has brought to the table, even though he's not even one of our better medics. I'm still pretty pleased with his output. He's really been patching folks up like a champ.
Cover my flank.
That's unfortunate. Speaking of patching folks up like a champ, I gotta say, feeling like Miley Cyrus could potentially use a little bit of that patching up love.
Headed there now.
Don't want to draw Overwatch here. One reasonable enough shot to take it. Kim Kardashian also has proven to be spot on thus far this mission. Getting good output from old Kim K as well. Where's Doc Brown? So we're going to have Miley dash back then. Overwatch, seriously? Alright then. It missed, so I'm not too surly. I'm surprised that guy actually even was able to draw a line of sight to Miley, to be perfectly honest. We're going to go ahead and have old Doc Brown get Miley back into the fight. There you go. Miley fully healed, patched up, and ready to get back into kicking alien ass momentarily. We're going to... You know what, Jaden? You got this extra battle scanner. Why don't you just fling it out there for me, buddy?
Scanner's up and running.
Curious what the hell's going on. I see there are at least 2 regular sectoids, and then there's a commander, I think, inside that room. We're going to do a little bit of a leapfrog advance. We're going to have Sean... Oh, well, Sean Penn has to die. Yeah. You know what? That's fine. Bring Sean Penn to there. Going to put him on Overwatch. I think we'll just bring Tay-Tay to here. Again, still very concerned about Taylor Swift and the mind control. Mostly because Tay-Tay... I mean, not because she has a low will or anything, although her will is not fantastic. It's not terrible. Mostly because Tay-Tay is just so goddamn deadly that we can't afford to have her get mind controlled. You know what? Let's have Jesse James definitively answer the Muton question once and for all. If they're over here, this will see them. Alright, so there are no more Mutons to be found. There is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Mutons have struck out. It looks like a pod of... There was like 2? I didn't even know they came in pods that small.
They got me flanked.
Jaden Smith is flanked. Okay. So a Psy Panic from the Muton, which failed on Kim Kardashian. That had to be the worst roll of all time. Kim Kardashian's will is like a 24. I have to say I'm frankly stymied by the fact that that did not work. Also, we may be able to see that sectoid commander thanks to Tay-Tay's errant railgun blow there that's destroyed half of the world. Kim Kardashian? This is probably going to work, yeah. So, there was no way she was gonna make that roll twice. Just, I mean, that was not gonna happen, ever. So we're going to run and gun then with Miley Cyrus, who's going to take a little bit of an opportunity for some fucking payback here. If that's some line of sight bullshittery right there. Fortunately for us, this overwatching sectoid and his friend, who were also on Overwatch, the first and second worst shots in the alien army. Then again, they are just sectoids. I mean, I shouldn't really like oversell what I'm accomplishing here. It's sectoids. I mean, they're not exactly alien aces. We're gonna try and push this guy out of cover, and if it hits, it may get a kill. 2 armor from the tree, and it didn't push him out of cover. Yeah, alright. Well, fortunately for us, Paris Hilton's ready to waste some ammo killing him.
He's dead.
Didn't even take the second shot, because she didn't need it. Deadeye, Paris Hilton.
Got it. Moving.
And I don't mean that she is a Deadeye and that she always hits what she shoots at. I mean, she has a Deadeye because, well, there was a... It sounds crude, but there was a little bit of a bukkake incident with Paris, and some stray blows came into her ocular region. Unpleasantness ensued. There was not a towel handy to help Paris alleviate the problem. And, well, it's just, I mean, things went bad. Let's just say that the situation turned out poorly, and Paris suffered as a result. I think we're going to get Sean Penn. You know, I was going to try and do something creative, but it just seems stupid. I'm just going to have him get close enough to the enemy that he can walk around the corner and shoot that guy. At this point, we're close enough to the end without any kind of tragic casualties that it seems foolish to take any unwarranted risks. And for the first time in a while, we're going to have Jaden Smith actually do his job and draw some Overwatch with his lightning reflexes. There we go. So there's a miss. Jaden Smith still holding up well. And we'll have him go ahead and take this shot. 64% is good enough, and that's a dead man. It's a dead man! So, Jaden Smith, little quick change drop there. If you get that reference, kudos to you for paying attention to a film that's not really all that great.
On Overwatch.
It's not bad. I'm not, you know, I'm not shitting on it or anything. I rather like quick change. It's, I think one can make the case that it's easily Randy Quaid's finest film. Not that fine Randy Quaid films, or, I mean, it's not like there's a huge number of fantastic Randy Quaid films that make the choice a difficult one. It's not like trying to pick the best Harrison Ford movie. I mean, it's fucking Randy Quaid. The guy's been in like 2 movies that weren't crimes against humanity. Most of his films could get him put on trial at The Hague if anyone was inclined to prosecute him. I think they'd have a pretty strong case. We're just going to have Paris Hilton dash. My thinking is there's either one enemy left, and it's this sectoid hiding in this room, or there's also a pod of outsiders over in the area back here that we despise that has the massive line of sight problems with ramps and a bunch of fucking dead zones and other ridiculous bullshit.
Moving out.
Let's take Miley up and have her check out the situation. And no, I don't mean the New Jersey guy who calls himself the Situation, which... Is that not the stupidest fucking nickname of all time? I'm the Situation. Makes no fucking sense. So what was mind linked then? If there's nobody in there.
I'm on the move.
We saw the pulsing purple. I mean, there's a dude around here somewhere, damn it.
Good to go.
Alright, well let's get everybody geared up then and somewhat ready to fight.
Moving on target location.
I have no idea where that actually is going to move him. Onto the roof, apparently. Okay, that's like the second worst misclick we've had in the entire campaign. No idea what the hell is going on there. In case that sectoid is over here somewhere where we don't have line of sight, and I don't want him dashing out with some kind of bizarre mind control and putting the crimson-lipped goddess of death on the wrong side, we're gonna just take a conservative move with Paris. We'll have the tool pusher advance, drop a little Overwatch for us. So I'm guessing maybe we've killed all the sectoids and all that's left is the outsider pod. Nah, see, he ran away. He's over there. He ran around or something. Well, let's have Miley go take it out. Take a look there. We'll have her check it out. What is with this space being unclickable? He's not in it. Where did that little fucking greasy bastard...
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Alright, well, Chris Brown, why don't you come in here? Just make sure this room is absolutely clear. Alright, it's absolutely clear. Go in Overwatch then. Jaden, why don't you go back him up, I guess. My fear is, or at least my, not really a fear, more of a theory. My theory, should one be scared of theories? I don't know, I guess if you're like an ultra-conservative, you're a little afraid of some theories, like, you know, evolution and whatnot.
Location
Anyway,
confirmed.
my theory is that Sectoid is trying to probably draw us back so he can get a nice little gangbang action going with his friendly outsider pod that's lurking down there in the place where the outsider pod always lurks.
Double time.
This time we're not falling for it, though. We'll let him run. Just because he's running doesn't mean I have to chase him. I'm not a dog. I mean, I don't have to chase after cars just because they're there. And if we get line of sight on the enemy, Tay-Tay absolutely is going to move to get out of line of sight, but she did not. So here comes the sectoid. Suddenly he's brave. I guess he decided he was cornered and that it was time to fight. Not exactly sure what he's thinking, or if he's thinking. Maybe he's thinking, I'll flank Chris Brown and fuck him up good, but really he wasn't thinking that either, because he didn't do either of those things. So I guess we'll just kill him with Paris Hilton. Wow, Paris has a real bad hit percent, actually. So rather than do that, let's have Chris Brown move, make a flank shot, which will hit, and critical. And then we can have Jesse Tool Pusher James make sure that there's no more... You know, I don't really need to blow that shit up. Let's just have him hollow target this guy with what's likely to be a miss. That's fine. That should improve Paris Hilton's hit percentage enough that with between the two shots she has left, she should be able to garner a kill. Basically, double coin flip. We'll take it. Didn't pan out, so bully. Glad we risked it. Should have just thrown a grenade at him. On the plus side, Taylor Swift here should be able to get a flank shot and a kill. If this hits, he's dead. Fortunately, all she did was almost blow Chris Brown's skull into a pile of chunks.
System readjusting.
So I guess it's going to be up to Taylor Swift then. Or rather, one of these days I'm going to get our blonde troopers' names right and stop calling Taylor Swift Paris Hilton, stop calling Paris Hilton Miley Cyrus, and stop calling Miley Cyrus Paris Hilton, but, you know, that day may never come. This shot can't not kill him. And there we go. Is that end of mission? It is, in fact, end of mission. Alright then. So, Operation Empty Hydra not working out too well for the alien forces, and I have to say, my confidence after this mission has been almost restored perfectly. Really excited. We had the 60-man buttfuck where we lost 2 of our best troopers, and it's made me a little hesitant to engage large UFOs pretty much at all, but then Operation Hydra came along and showed me that, you know, it's still possible, even on this map where pod collapse is inevitable. It just takes some reasonable strategy, and I think maybe we finally developed a way to assault this map that doesn't just get everyone killed, and that's go up the ramp in the middle and just make the enemy come to you. So, a little more Tony Scott-style aircraft porn here. We see the tail fin of the vessel. Of course, it's showing the classic Tri-Delta design that has been pivotal since every aircraft design since World War II. Tony taking an excellent opportunity to showcase the brilliance and beauty of such a simple design. Now, we did have a number of troopers wounded on that mission. That being said, I think things could have gone drastically worse. Paris Hilton, 21 days in the infirmary, not good. Paris's kill-to-mission ratio, however, is climbing to incredible levels, honestly. She's getting close to 4-1. And I'd also like to point out old Kim Junkyard Kardashian, who not only leads the league in assists, but also better than a 2-to-1 kill-to-mission ratio herself, and only narrowing edging out Jesse Tool Pusher James, who also is approaching 2-to-1. Jaden Smith, of course, still fantastically dominant with his 100 kills. Not quite as many as Paris Hilton and a few more missions, but still very, very respectable. And Miley topping 2-to-1 with that mission as well. Nicely done, Miley Cyrus. Better than 3-to-1 for Sean Penn. Well, not quite. Almost 3-to-1 for Sean Penn. And still, Taylor Swift, still over 3-to-1. Despite her slippage recently, still doing fine. So now that you've been given the scores Sports Center style with a very, very over-elaborate exposition and examination of what is fairly routine, let's take a look at the important thing. 71 Illyrium. Fantastic. You know, the only way this mission really could have gone better is if that capture on the Muton Elite had come up with an affirmative capture, but damned if those things aren't our fucking unicorn. It's our 67 Shelby GT. We just can't seem to get it captured. Something always goes wrong. Randall Reigns, that's just the way it's going to happen. Doesn't matter how much trouble your little brother is in, it's just, you're never going to drive her off. You're never driving that one off into the sunset. Not even with Angelina Jolie by your side. It's just not going to happen. So let's head to, just very quickly, we're going to go to the gray market. Of course, get rid of our extraneous gubbins, lest I forget. What extraneous gubbins do we have that need to be offloaded? Alright, so we got 3 stasis tanks that are damaged, no use for those. 2 damaged flight computers, likewise, no use for those. A whopping 45 credits in return for those, fantastic. I am pleased by the 71 Illyrium we managed to recover, however. What's that put our Illyrium total at? Oh, we're back over 100. Excellent. Alright then, so we will complete that transaction. And with that done, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, please drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really, really does mean a lot to me. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.